So we've been doing Keto Fast for about 2 weeks now. And if you haven't already, go back and watch that video where we give you a full overview of everything you need to know about Keto Fast. But if you are new to keto or you're new to fasting, stick around because I am going to help my friend Caitlin get started. We're gonna do a Q&A session before going shopping at the farmer's market for everything keto. But first, we're bringing you new videos on peak performance for mind and body in the modern world. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click on that little bell so you get notified every time we drop a new video once a week. All right, I'll race you to the farmer's market. Welcome everybody. We have a really special treat today. I have my friend Caitlin on and we're here to talk all about keto and starting keto for the first time. So tell us a little bit about why you want to get started.
Yeah, so I've heard a lot about keto before. You've told me, I've definitely read articles. I've tried a lot of diets in the past. None of it really worked. A lot of yo-yoing. So, I've heard keto is great for weight loss, but also like the energy it gives you and just the overall health benefits. So, I'm just gonna try it out.
So let's break down some of your goals because I know you mentioned weight loss is definitely something that you are hoping to kind of achieve from doing keto. So what is your base goal right now, day one?
So day one, definitely looking to lose some weight. Summer's coming up, going to Cabo in a couple months. Also just feeling better, body positive about myself. So trying to lose some weight.
Do you have a number in mind?
15, 20 pounds over time. Not looking to just drop it because I know if I drop it too quickly, then I won't be able to maintain. So yeah, over time, 15 or 20 pounds probably. So one thing I've read about online is intermittent fasting. So kind of wanted to get your take on it. Is it good? Should I start out with that? What are the benefits there?
Yeah, so I would definitely say before starting intermittent fasting, which has a ton of health benefits, and we're actually going to cover that in a couple of videos coming up, intermittent fasting can be a little taxing and can kind of be overwhelming when you're first getting started. So I would suggest you do just standard keto diet, do maybe 2 to 3 meals for at least a week or two before you dive deep into intermittent fasting. Now, in terms of getting into an intermittent fast, it's all about sticking within a 6 to 8 hour eating window, which I know sounds kind of crazy because most Americans are eating over 12 hours a day, not consistently, but over that time period. What happens is that you don't give your body a chance to actually metabolize the food if you're just constantly feeding it. And so if you kind of shrink your eating window to 6 to 8 hours, and then you eat your biggest meal kind of middle of the day rather than later in the day, because a lot of us end up eating our last meal is the heaviest, and then we get tired and we go to bed and we're not processing it.
I've noticed it sits in your stomach when you're trying to fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just you wake up the next day and you feel groggy and it just doesn't work.
So can you explain more about the process of ketosis and what happens when you stop eating carbs? Why is that good?
Absolutely. So your body has kind of 2 fuel sources, right? So you have glucose on one end, which you get from carbs. And so that's, think about when you eat a cookie or if you have some bread, you kind of get this insulin spike, you get this rush of sugar and you get a lot, a burst of energy. So over time, that then you kind of go through these waves of ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. When you are using fat for fuel, your body is much more stable. And so the energy, you don't get those crazy energy drops. So ketones are basically just your fuel source. And when you stop eating carbs and you start introducing fat into your diet, you're burning up ketone bodies, which is then being converted to fuel for your brain.
Okay.
So that's basically how it works.
So how long does it take when you stop eating carbs to get into ketosis?
Every body is different, honestly. For me, it took about a week, and that's what they call it, the hashtag keto flu, which everybody dreads.
I've heard.
And basically, it's your body is so used to using up glucose stores in your body, and so it's like you're weaning yourself off of it. Right? So if you were to ever have caffeine and then you're drinking coffee every day and then you go through caffeine withdrawal, those feelings of kind of sluggishness and maybe headaches. The same thing's going on in your body when you stop eating glucose and you start using fat for fuel. You're going to experience about a week of just sluggishness, but just trust me, let that time pass. get through it, because all of a sudden by week 2, you're going to be feeling so much better and you're going to get this like intense level of energy and clarity.
So I should just let it ride. Don't try to combat it anyway.
You got to let it ride. I would say drink plenty of water. When you feel hungry, satiate yourself. Have an avocado, have a really healthy fat. Drench your salads in olive oil. Over that course of that week, the symptoms will definitely die down.
Okay.
I promise there's hope in sight. You will go through a little pain, but don't give in. Don't give in to the gluten.
Okay, so what are these supplements or oils or exogenous ketones that I'm hearing about?
Perfect. So exogenous ketones are basically coming from the outside. Exogenous means out. So these are ketone bodies you can actually put in your body that are going to help speed up the ketosis process. So an example of this would be MCT oil. That is going to be a great exogenous ketone. You make bulletproof coffee in the morning, you're going to be getting a lot of exogenous ketones through that. There's also a couple of different supplements on the market. There's a lot of shady stuff out there, so I really do your due diligence and research. I found a great brand that I love called Perfect Keto, and they have a BHB, which is an exogenous ketone supplement that I love taking before a workout. So basically it spikes your ketone levels up through the wazoo. So it is a short burst. It's really quick. You go very high, and then you can use that for a workout, or if you're doing something that's going to require a lot of brain energy. So if I have to sit down and focus at work, I take one of those exogenous ketones. It doesn't last very long. It maybe lasts 2 hours. When it comes to doing a lot of exogenous ketones, you might want to do those supplementary after you get your body fully fat adapted. So don't rely on those for your only source of ketones. Really try to just use them in tandem with doing a really great keto-based diet.
So speaking of keto-based diets, what are some foods that I should look for, beware of?
I would say let's start with some like really great green leafy vegetables. Arugula, your spinach, your microgreens and sprouts. And then I would say when it comes to like cruciferous vegetables, cauliflower and broccoli are wonderful. You can steam those, you can saute them. We make a great cauliflower rice recipe and it is absolutely to die for. It's gonna keep you very satiated and it's got a lot of fiber. So it's actually, even though a lot of people say, don't do fiber on a keto-based diet, healthy fibers that are coming from these cruciferous vegetables are gonna be really great for your digestive system. Another thing is meat. Of course, like grass-fed beef, grass-finished meat. Keep your eye out for really healthy sources of that. You can do bone broth soup on a keto-based diet. I love avocados. I know that they can be high in carbs, so definitely want to use those sparingly. But I cut up half an avocado and I put that in my salad every day, and it's really got this nice creamy texture that keeps you satiated. Also, when it comes to oils, you want to be really, really careful in what oils you pick, because there's a lot of really bad crap out there. Canola oil, vegetable oils, these are not your friends. You want to stick to olive oil. It's going to be your coconut oil, MCT, and avocado oil. And another thing I would suggest is cooking with avocado oil. It actually does really well at high heat. So avoid that trap of oxidizing your olive oil by cooking it at high heat. Instead, you're going to want to use something like avocado oil or even grass-fed butter. That's a great solution for
cooking. You want butter.
You want butter. You want a lot of butter. The more butter, the better. And grass-fed butter is a great place to start.
Okay, I think I can get behind that.
All right, awesome. Well, we will follow up with you guys in a couple of weeks, see how Caitlin's doing on the keto diet. I'm going to have her testing her ketones every day. We're going to do a check-in. And until then, we're going to go shopping.
I've been trying to be more simplistic with my cooking.
That's always my biggest problem, is that I sometimes, end up spending an hour just meal prepping, and by the time I finish that, I'm like, okay, I'm too tired.
Now I don't want to eat.
And I don't know about you, but I often will end up overbuying, and then the food goes bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So simplifying is just making a list ahead of time and really calculating how much you're planning to cook that week, and then only buying what you need.
You don't need all of that complication.
Right.
All those keto recipes on Pinterest.
Oh, God.
10 10 steps just to get like half the product.
Or you have to like buy all of these, like this like huge bag of like monk fruit when you're only using 1 teaspoon.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts. Just find something like natural in your pantry and work with that. Their sashimi grade is so good.
Katie, can I put this in my breakfast salad?
Absolutely.
All right.
100%.
Wait, can we eat soy sauce?
No.
How many of these meats do you freeze? Do you freeze any of them?
So, in general, if you're not planning to eat meat within 1 to 2 days, you're definitely gonna want to freeze it because after 2 days, it starts to build up histamines, which can be really bad for your digestion. So, I would say when you get home, decide what you want to buy, cut up like half of it, keep half that you're gonna cook for the week, and then freeze the rest.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you said don't eat broccoli or cauliflower raw, right?
I would try to cook it as often as you can. Even just like a little stir fry just makes it more digestible because it breaks up that compound called ravenose, which causes all that bloating.
Look at these freaking asparagus. How cute are these?
And you can also tell how it starts to curve, so you want straighter asparagus.
Jazz, what's so great about artichokes?
They're tasty. Like you'll see a lot of artichokes that have the leaves more spread out, and almost all of these are still closed in. These are all amazing.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. And remember, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Until then, we will catch you on the next one.
So I know I really wasn't in this video, but next week I'm gonna be bringing you everything you need to know about building muscle on Keto Fast. We're gonna be doing a deep dive into what you need to eat and how you need to exercise to maximize muscle gain while doing all of this fasting on a ketogenic diet. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, if you're new here, subscribe to our channel because we're bringing you weekly videos on peak performance for mind and body. Also, hit that little bell, I think it's over there, to get notified when we drop new videos every Monday. And until then, we will catch you on the next one.
How the fuck did you do that?
Was it good?
I wouldn't even retake it.